We are so used to seeing paintings with a focal point where there is a dominant object that our eyes go to first, like in Juan Luna's Parisian Girl. Our eyes go to, well, the Parisian girl. The man in the background makes us look at her as well as we follow his gaze. In J. Elizalde Navarro's A Magindanaoan Dance, the dancers are the focal point. But what do we do with paintings like this, with no obvious focal point as everything is even? It's a bit schizophrenic visually because when we decide that it's the red that's dominant, the yellow pops out or the blue calls for attention. Paintings like Nathan Esguerra's are not meant to be studied like Juan Luna's and J. Elizalde Navarro's works with a focal point for the simple reason that there is none. We, the viewers, must take the painting as a whole in one go. It calls for an outright emotional response without having to dissect it. How did you feel when you saw this painting 2 seconds ago? The raw emotional response it elicited in you is all that matters. Here's another one. Remember, no filters, no thinking, and especially no overthinking. Just pure emotional gut reaction. My first reaction to Russell's work is the same as my reaction to Esguerra's. I felt light. Actually, this feels lighter, as if it's wobbling like jello. It's cartoony, it's fun. I wonder how Russell would feel about my reaction considering that he calls his work pauwi na. So we're supposed to be seeing rush hour traffic, which should be stressful. Here's another one. It feels sad that it's almost weeping. It's melting from the inside. Depression comes to mind. If you were to ask me to explain, it might be a bit difficult because I can't say, oh, it's the red that makes it sad or it's the black lines that make it depressing. It's just my immediate emotional response to the picture as a whole. And then we have paintings that are as colorful but has representations. Here we see houses, trees, hills, fields, and rivers. But I bet the second we saw this, you reacted immediately to the colors. The representations are just an afterthought. They may not matter as much. Dissecting Loida Bernardo's work might even spoil the fun. It's like plucking a flower to see what makes it beautiful, only to end up with a lonely stem. Here's one by Beltran Laguipo. Yes, we have a visual breather in the gray roads, but it's still a work of color cohesion. Imbibing it in individual elements will not have the same emotional impact. It's like listening to the Beatles and looking for Paul the bassist, George the guitarist, Ringo the drummer, and John the lead. We listen to their songs as a whole Fab Four, not Fab 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lastly, we have Ovet Kidlat's work. Yes, there's a focal point, but the colors of the woman blend with her background, so we are not supposed to take her out of it. She is one with her environment. Seeing the red and blue makes me feel like she's overdoing the Zumba, that her blood pressure is precariously rising. There is no one rule to appreciating a work of art. You might see Ovet's work and still want to dissect it, and that's okay. We all have our own subjective experiences with paintings, but knowing how else to viewing it is essential. Art is essential.